Alright, so I just thought I'd throw in my 2 cents at the big subject, essentially Fake Sagan's big wagging of the finger at the secular humanists culting around all over the place. We're doing a lot of culting around. Yeah, I've only seen 2 video responses to his big bombshell videos, so I don't know if I should... Well, I probably shouldn't call them bombshell videos, because I think everyone saw this coming with the hints he's been dropping. But yeah, just warning, this is probably not going to be incredibly original, because I'm probably a day too late to the dance. I heard him say he had a lot of responses, so I'm guessing that anything I come up with will probably be covered, but fuck it, I'll do a response video anyway. And before I begin, I'll just say that from my subjective perspective, knowing Fake Sagan as I seen him, yeah, I don't think he really buys into his whole argument. I think it's just another one of his, just another game he's playing. I mean, he's probably sipping on his wine, laughing his ass off, watching everyone make these really prepared, researched, very well formed counter arguments, when his own initial attack was just so superficial and synthetic and just veiled in all these little pretenses of what's considered groupthink, or I mean even the cult thing. I mean, he had to actually, well, how many definitions did he bring up of what a cult is before he could actually cling to one? And I'll just make the argument that, look, to me, the only reason, if you want to call it a cult, there's got to be that dogma connotation to it, because if not, then everything's a cult. And well, I'll get to everything being a cult a bit later, but yeah, his big point so far has been, as he said, it was very telling that we actually made responses, that a bunch of people were actually just scrambling to make these responses and defending themselves, defending their philosophy. And yeah, I mean, you take a big shit, a big turd on the truth, yeah, there's going to be people who are just going to feel inclined to take a broom and maybe just swipe that shit right off the public square, so to speak, where the truth is, where all the eyes are looking at. And he does have a lot of eyes on him, so I don't really see where that whole thing goes. That, oh, you made the response, I got you. You didn't get me with shit. I mean, people are just, they see something stupid, they're gonna make a response. Well, I mean, and especially him using the word like telling. It's very telling. My mind just straight went to his big video he made a month ago where he said, and there's a guy in his late 20s, and he said, I don't know what to believe in anymore. And I'm sitting there thinking, God fucking damn it, I mean, could that not be a bigger hint that this guy is not, he doesn't have philosophy on his mind, it's all fucking psychology. If he doesn't know what to think, what to believe in anymore, or that beliefs even matter. So yeah, I mean, what is that? And then not to mention the fact that the big epiphany came a week later or so, and the big epiphany was anarchy. And you want to talk about a cult? That's a fucking cult and a half. The idea that we shouldn't abide with all laws. No, we should pick and choose what laws we should roll with, and any law that we have a personal problem with, or any kind of problem with, no, it shouldn't be enforced upon us. And where does that go? How is that not groupthink? See, now that is groupthink, because that actually has a dogmatic foundation, that somehow it's all going to be okay if we only just roll with whatever we personally, subjectively feel, and that when you live in a civilization, that you don't have to compromise things. So yeah, to me, your big anarchy is as much of a cult as, or even more so, as you seem to think that secular humanism is. But you might even concede that. And then, Just the whole idea of even cults. A lot of people have said the 60s were just riddled with cults. People like you. And to me, even if that were even if that were true, even if all these cults were just running around, running amok all over the place, some of those cults produced negative results. But the majority of the cults in the 60s, they really, the 60s really was the most productive, progressive decade in human history. And I'd like you to find me, to point to the difference between the feminists, the civil acts movement, all these movements in the 60s that really brought about just I can say it with pure objectivity, productive results, progressive results. But somehow they were bad because there were other people that agreed with their line of thinking. And we've come to a point where a lot of people are starting to agree with our line of thinking as atheists. And not only are they agreeing with it, not only are they seeing the picture on a philosophical level, but they're seeing it. They're seeing a compelling need to actually argue these issues and to remove a lot of this vice crime crap that we have just etched in stone in our government, just written by dogma. And you're sitting there saying that all of that is somehow just silly animal groupthink. So I mean, what the? You gotta concede that there are positive and negative results to our actions, and you want to say we beat the drum of evidence all day. Well, what kind of drum do you beat in? The drum of no truth, the drum of any action is a bad action, and we should just leave things the way they are, and somehow the world is just meant to be fucked up, and anyone who strives for empowering the human race on a philosophical level is just that's the vice. I mean, it's just sort of shooting myself in the fucking brain listening to you. And then of course the big truth of yours in the last video was that the ends should never justify the means. And to think of your video, what was it called? Why Drama? You made a couple of weeks ago. And that whole video was pretty much you saying, yes, the ends justify the means. I'm doing this whole drama thing so I can get more people to listen to what I'm saying. So somehow it works on that scale because drama isn't harmful, but somehow it is harmful on a larger scale when it's secular humanism. Why? Why?